Are we okay apart? Should we be social distance?
No, you're good, but
Should I take it off?
no, you don't have to take it off. I just couldn't see your. If you don't, it's up to you. I just couldn't see your face.
Oh, well, we gotta take it off. No. Hi, Judy. Thanks for having us today. I'd love to talk to you a little bit more about the Living Zoo and Botanical Gardens. Can you tell us more?
Sure. Well, we're excited to be celebrating this year our 50th year as the Living Desert Zoo and Gardens. So not only do we have over 150 species of animals here, but we have several animal species that represent the desert landscapes in North America, Africa, and Australia. So when you're here, you can see everything from, some of our local desert tortoises to wallabies and kookaburras from Australia. Some of the favorite animals too, I would say, are giraffes. And it's an opportunity to have an experience of giraffe feeding, which is super fun.
Wow, that's amazing.
So, as a zoo and garden here, we're all about conservation. And so the three things that we really focus on is preservation, education, and appreciation of the animal and plant species that we are able to showcase here for our guests.
I think that's what's so special about the Living Desert. It's not your typical zoo at all.
It really isn't, and it's, one of the nice things is it has a very spread out feel to it. It's a great place to be outdoors and appreciate the natural environment that we have here in the desert, the beautiful skies and the temperate climate. So if you're going to make a stop and visit us here in the oasis of the valley, you've really missed out if you haven't come and visit us here at the Living Desert.
So this is Australian Adventures. This is our newest habitat here at the Living Desert. We just opened it in March, right before we had to close down for the pandemic. It is a beautiful space that provides the experience for guests to come in and feel like you're walking through the Australian outback. So right when you walk in, you're met with these redneck wallabies here, also known as the Bennett's wallabies. So they are in the same space as you. We ask that guests will stay on the pathway, but the wallabies can go wherever they want to go, which is really neat because you never know who's going to hop right in front of you and come investigate you. So it's a lot of fun. Additionally, in this aviary, it's completely netted, so that provides an opportunity for the free flight of the birds that we have in this space. So we have some very native budgies, is what we call them, native to Australia, that'll be flying around, and you can hear them in the background just chirping and sounding so amazing. So walking through this space, you're going to be met with many different animals that you'd see on the outback, and many of them are either near threatened, listed by the IUCN, or critically endangered. So as the Living Desert, we're a conservation organization. We're really excited to be able to do our part in breeding in order to help sustain these populations of endangered animals. What makes the Living Desert so unique is that we aim to bring in animals that the desert is a natural environment for them already. So these species that you're going to see when you walk through Australian Adventures, this climate is very similar to what they would find out in Australia. So we weren't faced with too many challenges that come with these species. So we wanted to make sure we're providing optimal welfare and care for them, and that starts with looking at a natural environment and climate for them. So the Coachella Valley is perfect for that because it feels like it goes through the cycles that Australia does.
Exactly. And will they be breeding here? Yeah.
So with the Bennetts, no, we have all males,
okay.
But we do have over in our yellow-footed rock wallaby habitat, we have 2 joeys in the pouch. And one right now is poking his head out, so we're really excited about that. And that is a near-threatened species, so we're really excited to be able to breed that species as well.
I love all the sounds.
Yes. So behind you we have the laughing kookaburra doing their amazing vocalizations, and that's another beautiful spot or point of this space. You can just sit here on a rock and hang out, and you're just hearing so many amazing sounds that are just natural and wonderful, and you feel like you're in the outback. And there's keepers in this space that are going to provide opportunities for you to get up close and personal with an animal, so you never know when somebody's going to do a training session with a bird or a wallaby, and it's just a really interactive space where you can really learn about the Australian outback. I think the overall ambiance is the biggest feedback that I'm hearing, that it just feels like you're in a different world when you walk in here. And that was part of the intent that we wanted when we were designing this space, was to actually be able to close your eyes and hear the sounds of Australia, then open your eyes and see the sights of Australia. And I think we really nailed it with this space.
So just a quick big thank you to Heather and Judy here from the Living Desert to showing us around the new Australian exhibit and just giving you some reminders of what a great place this is. And as you probably heard, there's some construction in the background, so new exhibits coming on board soon. So we'll put a link for Judy's contact information if you want to contact her directly. But thanks again for your support, guys, and we'll see you soon.
Come visit.
Breathe in the air, let your worries fly into the sun-filled sky. Troubles are erasing. Palm Springs, I'm here. I found my oasis.